All right, welcome back, everybody. Now we're going to jump into that conversation with Councillor Devines across in Tobago. So it is our pleasure to welcome him to the Now Morning Show. Good morning, Councillor.
Good morning, and how are you guys this morning? I hope you're on the right road now.
Yes, I'm on the right road now, just doing, what I am good at doing. I will stay away from trying to name the playwright. What's that?
Yes, but let me join in commiserating with those connected to Raymond Chukong. Of course, he was really a major part of the fraternity, and of course, may he continue to rest in peace.
Yes, definitely. So let's talk about a bit about the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment. Within the past year, what have been some of the major achievements of the division?
It's just so many. Let me first start off by saying thank you for this opportunity, and of course, thank you to the staff, the team at the division. We've really moved towards delivering quality works for the people of Tobago, and I think we have done a pretty good job at that. So special thanks to the Assistant Secretary, Mr. Cunningham, the Administrator, Mr. Richie Toppin, and the rest of the team. We've really set about doing a couple of things. When we have invested in our people, we've worked on expanding our trade networks, quality construction, and of course, environmental sustainability. And I just want to jump in quickly to a very recent achievement, if I may.
Sure.
Where the Study Park Enterprise Limited, of course, let me know about the material from it, because last year alone, over the last year, there have been about 35 barge loads of armored rock from Tobago to Trinidad. So that's Mosquito Creek project, where they raise the Ministry of Works raise the level of the road. The aggregate and the armored rock came from Tobago. And of course, we've been doing work with the materials, been doing work in Capdeville and so on, a lot of coastal work. But just Friday, we would have sent a barge to St. Vincent. It's the first time we would have exported to St. Vincent. And that's a major achievement for us as well. In January, we would have started exporting Guyana. So what we really are doing is expanding our trade networks, because we realize the capacity of the Study Park quarry to really expand the trade network of Tobago, of course, lean towards economic diversification and generating greater economic wealth for both Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago.
And Councillor,
so we really
thank you. Sorry. When with the expansion of your ability to export the aggregate from the quarry in Tobago, to what degree do you see it bolstering the economy of Tobago itself?
Well, I great question, because just the barge that left on Friday is the first of many, and that was just over 100,000 US, and we anticipate at least 1 million US from this initial arrangement with St. Vincent. We're looking towards that arrangement with Guyana, of course, once they could get things in order and back up and running with the government there.
Right.
I expect us to resume activities. But we're seeing a lot of earning potential, because just to share a bit of information, the material at the quarry there is called andesite. It's the second hardest material in the world. So it means that the quality of the concrete asphalt that is produced with this material is of the highest grade, really. And it's excellent for coastal defense work. And we know that rising sea levels, coastal erosion is a major challenge all around the Caribbean. Small island developing states. So we're looking to really ramp up our production and really gain foreign exchange. And that's a major achievement for us. Of course, that came, and all of this is because we have re-engineered the quarry. We have recently rehabilitated the Barbados Bay jetty. So this export is directly as a result of the work that we have putting over the last couple of years to make this a more dynamic, a more viable organization.
Now, Councillor, all these things that the division has done, it would not have been without challenges. What are some of the challenges you have encountered?
And the reality is, and you're right, and challenges are many. And that's why I spoke earlier about investing in our people. In terms of human capacity, sometimes there's limited talent to choose from, and that's why we have invested very heavily in developing our human capital. We would have signed an MOU with China Railway contractors where we last year sent 3 engineers to China to build their capacity, and we're seeing the benefits from that. As a matter of fact, one of those engineers is now on the study at the quarry, looking at blasting, because a big part of the quarry operation is blasting using the explosives. And engineers is there now, so capacity or human capacity, and we're seeing the benefits of that right now. Another thing that we had challenges with previously was ensuring that we got quality and value for money. And it meant then that we had to really build capacity with our contractors as well, and we have done so. We partnered with the Trinidad and Tobago Contractors Association, and where we did several seminars to build capacity with contractors. And we went even further, where within the division and in partnership with the contractors and the different stakeholders, we were able to get greater value for money. Because of that, we have realized a number of cost savings on our major projects. The rock revetment, at Roxborough, the hanging down project, coastal protection, we saved over $1 million. The Roxborough Administrative Complex saved over $1 million there again. The Lambo River Bridge, the rehabilitation of the Claude Highway, and we will save the taxpayers between $6 to $7 million off of these projects already. And it's because we have recognized the challenges previously, and we've invested in our human capacity, and we have found ways to work with our stakeholders to really get value for money, because the reality is, just like the rest of the country, we do have our fiscal challenges here in Tobago, and we're seeing sometimes the impact of that very often.
Speaking about impact, the pandemic would have protracted business and work in many areas and fields. How has the pandemic affected your work with the division?
And you're right, the pandemic is a serious threat. It meant that we had to re-engineer how we do things again. We would have invested very heavily in PPE, because of course the construction sector, it's difficult to tell people, well, you have to social distance while on a job site. So we would have had to spend or redirect resources towards additional PPE for the workers.
Right.
Beyond that, the division is the project manager for the relocation project. Of course, you may be aware that we are building we're earmarked to build, and I'm very thankful for the relationship with the central government. We're now going to get a brand new airport terminal in Tobago. And because of that, Tobago is only 116 square miles of island paradise. So there are limited opportunities for physical development. So we are relocating some residents, and the division is responsible for developing those lands. We have 12.5 acres that we are currently developing at Shervan, and 20 acres at Cove. That should have been delivered already, truthfully. But again, because of the COVID slowdown, we are a couple of weeks behind. But I must say that the team has done well. They have worked 12 to 18-hour days sometimes. So we're going to be delivering those properties to the Airport Relocation Committee by the end of this month to middle of next month. So the COVID slowdown really did impact the progress of the projects, but we have found ways to overcome that, try to make up some of the time. And I must say a special thank you to the stakeholders, the team, and they've worked really hard. The other thing that we have recognized is that the tourism slowdown is serious, and of course Tobago is heavily reliant on tourism.
That's right.
And the division has responsibility for the environment. One of the things we would have set out doing recently, you may have heard of the UNESCO World Heritage Site Program. That's United Nations Education, Science and Culture cultural organization. And we went ahead not only looking at the World Heritage Program, World Heritage Site Program, but we now have a Man and the Biosphere site. So what we would have done is engage the stakeholders in Northeast Tobago, that includes the main ridge, in a series of consultations, and they recommended that we go ahead with this. So a couple of great things happened for Tobago. The main ridge is now considered a national heritage site. So that's really good news. Secondly, UNESCO has accepted our technical dossier. As a matter of fact, they commended us very highly. They felt that we did an excellent job, and this is in their words, in compiling the information. And I'm pleased to announce that very soon, Trinidad and Tobago would have one of the first UNESCO Man and a Biosphere sites in this part of the world.
Congratulations.
And that's really big news. Yes, and thank you very much. And I must say a special thank you to the stakeholders who have worked really hard, many hours of consultations, planning, and so on. So it means that this is another flip for the tourism industry. People travel for these things. Man as site speaks to that great relationship between man and his environment. And I know that people are going to be looking forward to seeing that in action. So I'm really proud about that, in particular, because we're really moving towards promoting the environment, Tobago's environment and environmental sustainability as a key component in our tourism product.
Definitely, and you know, I've seen so many things that Tobago is doing right. And with that, I want to thank you for your time this morning, Councillor Kwesi Devines, Secretary of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment in Tobago. Thank you so much.